Greetings, my name is Crystal. Some people know me as Krystalball, but my name is Crystal. So I just have a question for you. This isn't going to be a long video at all, but I was just like, I'm going to pose the question and maybe invoke some thoughts of curiosity for you to kind of do your own research and maybe decide to learn a little bit more about, how society is evolving. And not just society, how much like society as in us. So simply put, we're not evolving. So it's like, what brought this on? Like, what brought this thought to mind? So I'm reading this book called Isis Unveiled, and it was written in 1877. And every time as I read this book, I'm like, I have to remind myself that it was written in 1877, and it is mind-blowing and mind-boggling in and of itself. But also, it's like some of the things that are being talked about, some of the things that are being said, my phone's going dead, some of the things that are being talked about in the book, and some of the things that are being discussed are things that we're still dealing with today. And, that goes all 1877, like that's like so long ago. But even if we want to come up a little bit closer to where we are now, like we're still dealing with the same shit that we dealt with yesterday. So how could it be that we think we're growing as a people, we're evolving as a species, we're actually growing? We're not. We're staying the same. And I keep thinking like, so at what point did we stop, or did we ever continue to grow? Because it's like the things that we think we're evolving at and the things that we think are moving us forward as a people, it's all just materialistic. It's all just like things that are outside of us, not necessarily things that are within of us. Like technology, while it's great, it's an evolution outside of us. It's not something that we as people are evolving from. It's like technology is evolving faster than we are, and it hasn't even been around as long as we've been around. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's pretty much a fact. I don't know. But I just want you to think about that. Like, how are we as a people growing actually? Like, a lot of the thought processes and a lot of the ways in which we interact with one another, the ways in which we believe, the ways in which we learn, the ways in which we understand are all still things that are from the past. And they're all still things that, we're stuck on doing. Like, we're not really growing. We're doing the same shit that we've always done. We're doing it in different ways, just over and over and over and over again. So I'm just thinking like, so what will it take for us as a people, us as a species to evolve? Like, and this is a topic that I hate talking about, but this is just going to be a reference to kind of get your mind wrapped around what I'm actually saying. Like, for instance, racism. Like, why are we still dealing with that? If we're so advanced and so evolved as people, why are we still dealing with racism? Like, it's almost stupid because, like, at this day and age, at this point in time, there should be no reason why we're still leaning on the concepts and the way the people in our past acted and responded. Like, I think it's our responsibility to create like that new wave of understanding and that new wave of being. And it's like people fight racism, but at the same time, even the simple fight of racism, like, acknowledges it. In my opinion, people can whatever have their own opinion about it, but everything I speak about is my opinion or my experience. And it's not that you have to agree with me. I am just sharing my thoughts. And of course, I welcome your comments, but don't take it personal. Unless you choose to take it personal, that's on you. Like, I'm beyond that. But it's like, even the people that choose to focus on the ideas of racism, like, for me, that's just as bad. Like, in order to eradicate it and get rid of it, you have to not see it. You have to not experience it. And, I think sometimes, and this is not all the time, because I do know there are still mentally ill people out there who are racist. And I get that, and that's just their situation and that's their journey, that's their whatever, but as a rule of thumb, everything is not about race. Everything doesn't have to be about race. It's more about who we are as individuals and what our experiences are. And I think also we understand that. So if someone says something and you feel like it's racist, you got to kind of ask yourself, why is this racist to me? Is this actually racism, or am I projecting, what I've learned, what I've, the past? Like, am I projecting this shit? Because, there's always a way to explain, speak, talk about certain situations and discuss certain situations and even debate situations without always taking it back to race. Like, I made a short a little while ago, and I was like, yeah, so I forgot what I said, but it was something along the lines of, I wasn't raised to be racist, and I am not. Like, yeah, I know that there's quote unquote like differences between white people and black people, or lighter complected people and darker complected people, but I think a lot of that is just because of the way that we were raised and the way that we were brought up. I don't think it's just because they're white. And in some instances, some people who are lighter skinned white people, have the same experiences as some brown people, you know what I'm saying? But I think we don't really focus on the similarities between the two. We more so focus on the difference, and how was that helping us evolve? Like, I'm so sick of the race conversation. I'm so sick of it. I'm just sick of it. Like, I feel like there's more to our existence than that. I feel like we as a people are more expanded than that. Like, there's more to discover and if we put our attention and focus on discovering those other things and actually evolving and becoming the better version of ourselves, like, that is gonna help us. Like, I don't know. This was just a thought, one of my thoughts, as I have plenty of them, but I'm about to go and study. So y'all have a great day. Bye.